perhaps you haven't gotten the attention you deserve lately. Well, I present to you a beautiful, luscious flower for your visual and aromatic enjoyment. This is exclusively for you, so if you go to the comments section and see people claiming this, no, this is your flower from me to you. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk about ideas. There's a lot of ideas. There's many philosophies out there in the world of spirituality. And many of them make sense. Most of them have beautiful pearls of wisdom. But why are they all divided, huh? I mean, ultimately the goal of spirituality is to be at one with the divine. And yet, this becomes a problem for many dogmas and groups and people who are focused more on the ins and outs of correctness versus incorrectness, of right versus wrong. If our approach towards our own spirituality involves mostly philosophizing, then our lives won't reflect the kind of spiritual being we might want to be and example in our day-to-day. Quite obviously, there's a lot of philosophizing, but not much actualizing. There is no problem with, well, any philosophy until it becomes our God, until it becomes law. It's a very strange thing humans do. We take certain authors or figures or book titles and we bestow onto them a kind of infallibility, as if these are laws. But truly, all of us are cosmic gypsies. We are all journeyers of the soul. So any ideas you've ever read about or heard about, they originate from just another one of these journeyers. Well, you've seen it. Beings are less interested in exempling the divinity they read and speak about, and more about being in the cool camp, at the cool kids' lunch table. Fuck that. Fuck that. Ideas have limitations. Language is a construct. Although I'm speaking to you now, I'm trying only my best and can only give you my best when it comes to conveying the ultimately intangible. And when it comes to, well, spiritual philosophies, we're dealing with explanations of everything. That's what spirituality attempts to do, right? Explain everything so existence feels less threatening and more like a gift. We can get stuck in analyzing it rather than living it. And in this age of information, that's more and more common. More and more common. So let us not be disconnected from our bodies in favor of the mind. Let us not be disconnected from our practical day-to-day realities. If above our actual realities exist these high and mighty ideas, then there shall always be an incongruency between the being we know we could be and the being we actually are, between the being who we think we should be via these philosophies versus our actual self. There's a lot of delusion here, and there's a lot in this world that can pull us away from our very simple, intuitive spaces that let us know what's what, that let us know what's nourishing and what's not. Don't think the domain of spirituality isn't tainted and corrupted. Although there is still much value, there's limitation. And that's what this video is about. The limitation that words intrinsically carry should not carry us to a land of complexity anymore. After all, if everything is so difficult and so complex and spirituality is only for the masters and only for the adepts, and oh my goodness, I don't know the Western approach, I don't know the Eastern approach, what am I to... If we blow ourselves up with all of these fantastical ideas as if we're chasing God, then we're just going to remain in the realm of philosophizing. You know what's outside of thought? You know what's outside of the tug of war between ideas? Life. And it's a beautiful thing. It's very difficult at times, sure, but it's a trip. It is a journey. I am constantly surprised how multi-flavored and multifaceted this experience can be. And I recognize when I open myself up to the wordless realities, to the beliefless realities, that's when magic really reveals itself. The beauty of meditation, the beauty of silence, the beauty of being in one's sacred space of contemplation is the experience of being outside of human invention. Eventually, we're left in such contemplation with the beauty of the moment. And maybe that beauty is tinged with something a bit unpleasant. But you know what? It's even more unpleasant when we get ourselves all in a tizzy about what? About words, about beliefs. I say let's sing, I say let's dance, I say let's play. And even when it comes to a lot of these philosophies, most of them are a bit too damn uptight for me to stick around. They just are. My form of spirituality will always be way lighter than any of these things. I mean, crack some jokes. Crack a good joke. All right. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're doing well. If you're not, you might want to figure that out, because time keeps ticking, and the more we don't resolve things, the harsher life feels. Okay, go play. Bye-bye.
Whispers in the darkness melt away the heartless. So keep it cool, eyes on the prize. Center of the bullseye.